Hi everybody, it is 3 weeks post-op for me today and I feel absolutely fantastic. Uh, Energy like I haven't had in a long time, and that's such a nice feeling. I feel a lot like I did before I got sick with cancer, and I can't tell you how nice it is to just feel energetic again for a change. Although right now I am tired because I did have a really busy day, and you know how it is the week before Christmas, and this is the first year that I really have been this unprepared. So I kind of asked for it myself, um, but I feel really good. Uh, and Although I hate really even mentioning numbers, um, because for me it's just I didn't do this because I wanted to be a size 6 again. I didn't do this because I wanted to be 140 pounds again. I did this surgery because my body was extremely unhealthy, and I had already been really sick and was told if I get 5 years, I'm doing really good. If I get 10 years, wow, I really beat the odds. I was diagnosed with a really aggressive cancer. So, you know what? I've had my chance. And so I did the surgery because, um, if I've got another chance at life, another lease on life, I want to make it the best possible uh, life that I can, so that I can be around for my kids and my husband as long as possible. Um, and just because I needed to feel good again as well. I didn't feel healthy. I knew my body was toxic, and that the toxic fat that I was carrying around and still am, um, wasn't doing me any good at all. So this isn't for me. It's not a numbers game, and I only really hop on that scale once a week, and I don't even really like doing it once a week. As I said, it is nice to see the progress, but for me it's more about how I feel in my body, how my body moves and interacts in my day-to-day life. I'm not bumping into things. I fit in chairs better. Those are the kinds of things that I get more excited about. But the numbers are nice. So I started out, my highest weight ever was about 272. Um, and When I started my liquid diet, I was 260. That was a 3 week liquid diet. And I went down to 245, 244 and a half. And so that's the weight that I was on the day of surgery. And I'm now down to 229. So I've lost a total of 31 pounds. And I feel really good. I feel really great. Um, I am having a bit of problems with taking my vitamins. The multivitamin that I'm taking they want us consuming a minimum of 36 milligrams of iron, and the iron in my multivitamin is really not making things very comfortable. I know people don't want to talk about bathroom habits, but I wish that I was a little more regular. And I'm sure I'm not alone in this. It's just nobody really talks about it. Um, and So that's giving me some trouble. I'm going to have to try a combination of a couple different things to try to um, alleviate some of that problem. I wish that I was consuming more water. I'm having a harder time getting my protein in, I think because I am just so tired of chocolate. I never thought I'd ever say that. But I'm on the hunt tomorrow for another protein. I do have my strawberry, and it's nice to make a nice smoothie with the bananas and whatnot. And I've been trying new foods, like minestrone soup with some chickpeas in it, and kidney beans, and things that have protein in it. I've tried chicken and seem to tolerate that really well. I had some spaghetti sauce. Okay, now this is homemade spaghetti sauce, like no canned um, sauce or anything, made with like fresh tomatoes and all fresh ingredients, real food. And I seem to tolerate that really well today. The pasta I didn't really care for too much, but it was something different anyway for a little bit of a change. I still have cottage cheese a couple times a day, and I've never really minded it. With a little bit of yogurt too, it's really quite nice. Um, but I wish that I had a better handle on my fluid intake, and that's my goal for this week, is to get that under control again. I have still a recurring problem with my large incision. It is now open all the way across. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but and it happened the night, it would have been 1 week post-op. My Irish setter tried to jump up on my bed at about 5 in the morning, and I was sound asleep, and boy did I yell. And sort of within a couple of days it started weeping slightly, and now it's like open all the way across. And I know a few of you have mentioned that you had either sutures, dissolvable, or some of you have had staples. Here we got steri strips. Just because they're such small openings, they didn't really require to be stitched up or stapled up. But this one has opened up, and I was at clinic on Thursday, and I just have to really watch out and make sure it doesn't get infected. So that's kind of bothering me a little bit, because I can't, I want to do so many things, but I can't, because I can't keep opening this incision and keep opening it and opening it. So that's a bit frustrating. That's about all that I have. I'm not going to get into exciting details of my life, but I do have a funny story about the first week that I came home from hospital. Was on the Tuesday night when I was in the hospital, so this would have been November 30th. My son with autism had taken off on my husband, and so he had to call in for reinforcement to help find him. And fortunately, I'm not downplaying this, because it is a dangerous situation with your child with autism does take off on you. And fortunately, it turned out well. But on the Thursday night when I was home, I was discharged on Wednesday, but Thursday night we were watching a movie in my family room, and my natural gas fireplace blew up. Which, it just, stuff like that happens with us all the time. Like, just really random things that, are sort of, they would happen to somebody once in a lifetime. Well, if it's going to happen, it'll happen to us. I don't know what it is. Bad karma? I don't know. I haven't been able to figure it out yet. But just funny little things. And I don't even, nothing too exciting happened this week, other than we're just running around trying to get some last minute things done. But I do want to wish everyone, those of my friends who are of Christian faith, a very merry, very, very, very merry Christmas. Yeah, that's all for now, folks. Cheers from Canada, north of the 49th parallel. I still say Maine should have been ours. Maine should have belonged to Canada. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you all have a good holiday and stay safe. Thanks.